If you've ever wondered what kind of guns you should be using in Apex Legends Season 12, well, guess what? I have the perfect video for you today. Now, we don't have any hard data on what the most picked weapons in Apex Legends are, but after a split and a half of ranked, it's pretty easy to tell which weapons are dominating the pubs and ranked playlists. Whether you're a controller wizard or an M&K god, these are the top 5 weapons in Apex Legends. What's up, everybody? It's the Biggie. First and foremost, thank you for stopping by today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to be notified of any new Apex Legends videos moving forward. Also, a little side note, I'm feeling a little generous because you guys have been supporting the heck out of this channel. Once again, I want to give one of you lucky guys or girls 1,000 Apex coins. All you have to do is make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on to be notified if you are contacted for the giveaway. And yes, we can see if you are subscribed to the channel. And simply comment down below what your current favorite weapon is in Apex Legends Season 12. Now, before we dive into today's video, I want to make it very clear that these are non-care package weapons for obvious reasons. We all know that the Kraber and Spitfire are god tier, okay? Although we could get rid of the G7 Scout altogether and no one would bat an eye. I'm kidding, I've actually really been enjoying that gun lately. My objective from today is you should just pick out the 5 best weapons that would be laying down on the ground that anybody could use, from noob to pro. Obviously, there's a lot of options for different people, and in different game modes, other weapons can dominate. Like, for example, I'm not going to put the charge rifle on the top 5 today, but does that mean that the charge rifle is not insanely OP right now in certain ranked lobbies? Absolutely not. These are just the best 5 weapons in each of their individual tiers in Apex Legends Season 12. All right, first and foremost, this one might be a shocker, but I think one of the strongest weapons right now in the game, one of the biggest sleepers, is surprisingly the Devotion. For an LMG, it could be a little slow off the start, but this thing is an absolute tank. And once you find a turbocharger for it as well, it can beam at a distance and still have very extreme pullout game.
Oh my.
So for an LMG, I have to currently go with the Devotion in Season 12. Trust me, just try it out for a few games. You won't regret it. All right, gun number 2. Let's talk about a shotgun because I think shotguns are really crucial. And again, these are just the best 5 weapons that you can just literally pick up off the ground and mix and match to your own pleasing. So right now in Season 12, I'm gonna have to go with the Peacekeeper. Now, it can be a little challenging controlling this thing, and it also does suck when you get that little 9 damage every now and then. But with the addition of this new kinetic feeder in Season 12, the Peacekeeper has been insanely fun to use in run and gun situations and has been extremely clutch as a secondary option. Whether I'm stacking this gun with a Wingman, an R301, or even something like a car or R99, the PK has been a go-to clutch secondary item. So for that, I do have to put it in the top 5. All right, next up, we have the Car SMG. Now, I just did a video on this, and I actually believe that right now in the current state of Apex Legends, this mixed with the R301 is probably the nastiest combo that you can come across. But that is if you can find both these weapons at the same time. At the end of the day, the Car SMG is still an amazing weapon, even without an R301. That is actually why I picked it in that combination. I feel like this weapon does really good at both close and medium to potentially long damage range as well. And I will say that the R99 is obviously a close comparison, but where the car really shines is having the ability to use multiple variations of ammo. To me, that was such a game changer for Apex Legends when they added this gun to the game. Right now, I feel like car is just one of those weapons where if I come across it, I really have to contemplate the idea of swapping out a previous weapon for it. And if I completely land on it right off the rip, I know that I'm happy that I found it. Next up, of course, we have the Wingman, and this thing has honestly been a favorite of mine since the launch of this game. There's something just so satisfying about getting a 3-tap on this gun.
Nice.
Admittingly so, this weapon does require a little bit more skill at a longer range and on a more quicker, closer range as well, especially if you're not using a controller. I mean, come on, that's pretty good, right? I'm joking. But the biggest thing about the Wingman, and the number one reason why a lot of creators use it, is if you can hit your shots with this thing, it is so OP. Whether you're on controller, M&K, it doesn't matter. You can stack the R301 with a shotgun, you can stack it with an SMG, you can stack it with an assault rifle or an LMG. You can just be double wingman up on a Tuesday for all it matters. It's gonna be OP regardless. And honestly, as somebody that really appreciates a good Apex Legends montage or just some top tier gameplay, it really is that gun that just looks fancy doing it in style. All right, last and certainly not least, if you were to ask me, Biggie, what is probably like the best gun right now in Apex Legends currently that could potentially just be ground loot? To answer that question, I would have to say it's got to be a gun that both a noob and pro could slay out on, or somebody that's just trying to improve at the game. Like, what gun can do well for somebody that doesn't maybe have the best aim currently right now, but it does a good enough damage, it's got good spray, it's got good recoil, but if you are a master at this game, you can just use this gun to slay out even more. When you put all that into consideration, I have to go with the R301. Right now, Apex Legends Season 12, I think that this has to be the best weapon on the ground possible. If you're talking to me in Season 11, I could potentially have an argument of the flatline, but now that you have to craft the flatline and the fact that they did a little nerf to it, I would have to say that the R301 has definitely taken its place in Season 12. Like I mentioned last week, a thing that makes the R301 just so amazing is how well it does at both long, medium, and close range for fights. If you have remotely even decent aim, you will be able to beam with this thing at distance, while still being able to hold your own at close range. At the end of the day, R301, it's reliable, tons of scope options, puts out a ton of damage. You just can't go wrong with the R301. She's super hurt. Both of them are super f***ed up.
Not me.
She's underneath. All in all, gang, these are just, of course, my top 5 weapons. I feel like if you take any of the weapons that I talked about today, mix and match them in your combo for your next loadout, and you will have the ability to potentially slay out at this game. But I am genuinely curious. What do you guys think about these top 5 weapons today? What weapons would you add to your top 5 list in Apex Legends Season 12? Are any of the weapons I listed today any of your personal favorites? As always, like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.